Hi, my name is Alex Dudley, and today I'm going to demonstrate in Q a couple exercises for balance, working on balance stabilization, balance strength, and balance power. So the first exercise I'm going to do, which would fall into phase 1 of the OPT model, which is balance stabilization, is just a single leg balance. For this exercise, you want to ensure before you start that your hips are feet or shoulder width apart, or hip width apart. Toes are pointed straight, your hips and your shoulders should be level. And for this, you're going to contract your glutes, you're going to raise one foot, and you're going to hold this for 20 seconds. While during this, it's important to maintain contraction of your glutes, and that will help ensure that your hips and your pelvis stay level and you're not going into a Trendelenburg fault or kind of rotating like that. So you should be able to hold that 20 seconds, and then you would come down and you would switch and do it with the other foot. I won't hold this one for 20 seconds. You get the idea. A progression of this is to do it on move to an unstable surface. So I'm standing on the floor. You can do this on a half foam roller, a balance board, a Bosu ball, etc. There's a lot of options. Again, so I said cues. You want to make sure your butt's being squeezed, your toes pointing forward, and your hips and your shoulders are straight and neutral. The progression, the tempo of this is slow. There's no movement essentially. You're lifting your leg, and it's an isometric contraction. So progressing to the next stage, which would fall under, I think, OPT levels 2, 3, 4. Is balance strength, and for this I'm going to do a single leg squat, and I'll show you from the front and from the side. So again, with this one, you're going to start, toes should point forward, you're going to get up to one leg, you're going to initiate a squat. Again, your hips and your shoulders should be neutral and level. While performing the squat, you want to make sure that you initiate the squat like you're sitting down on a chair, so you're flexing at your hips, knees, and ankles, and you're essentially, I like to cue athletes when I coach to butt out, like you're initiating with your butt, and your butt's trying to find that chair. The tempo on this one is a little bit faster, but there's no isometric hold. You're literally just performing the squat, kind of holding at the bottom for a few seconds, nothing lengthy, and coming back up, and it should be a controlled tempo. Unlike the first exercise I demonstrated, this one, there is movement. There is no movement in the other one. So it's going to look like this. Lift my leg, and I'm going into that squat. My knees shouldn't track out past my toe, and there should be no valgus or vargus fault. And then I would come back up. There wouldn't be a hold there. It would essentially look like this. So my toes straight, balance, coming out, and coming back up. Then you do it with the other leg. Again, a progression of this. Oh, and it's important when you're coming up out of that squat that you are squeezing your glutes, contracting, and that really helps initiate the rise up. A progression for this exercise, similar to the last one, would be to do it on an unstable surface. So again, the same implements I discussed previously. The next exercise falls under the balance power exercise, and this is OPT phase 5, again, the power phase. The tempo here is controlled, and there's going to be a 2 to 5 second hold at the bottom of the movement. It's important to note, whereas the first one with the stabilization, there's no movement. The strength one, there's movement, but it's slow. This is really dynamic. This is, as power suggests, it's explosive, it's quick, and similar to this exercise I'll demonstrate, we're moving planes, it's multi-planier. So I'm going to do a single leg, multi-planier single leg hop, and again, similar, starting with, we want to make sure we have neutral hips, neutral shoulders. I'm squeezing my glutes, my toes are pointing forward, I'm lifting up on one leg and getting balance, and I'm going to hop forward, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and hop back. And I switch legs there. See, kind of lost my balance a little bit there. A progression of this would be to do it on different planes. So that was the sagittal plane. You could do this in the frontal plane, which would look something like that. You could also jump up onto a surface, like a box jump. Yeah, so I think that all the cues there, and as you can see, even just from the movements themselves, they progressively get more difficult. So thank you and have a great day.